Hey guys, I'm Tasha from travelandtash.com. I want to talk about something peculiar, I guess, to me. I've met hardly anybody that does this, and let's say that perhaps it's my weird quirk. I don't have a phone. I don't use a phone. I haven't used a phone for more than 4 years. It, includes the time that I spent in Canada, a lot of the time I spent in Canada, all my time here in South Korea. In fact, I would say that it's going on 6 years since I've had a cell phone, at least 6 years. Now, I am going to confess that I have a tablet and I have a laptop, and I have access to Wi-Fi at home. I have access to Wi-Fi at pretty much every cafe here in South Korea. So I have a lot of opportunities to connect online. And for texting, I usually use Facebook to connect with family, to connect with friends, social media, etc. I often use Facebook and Instagram, and for phone calls, I usually use Skype. So I'm not a complete Neanderthal, let's say. Now, the reasons why I don't use a phone, and why I haven't used a phone or haven't owned a phone for a long time, is for several reasons. And I will confess that it can be inconvenient at times. In fact, sometimes it can be really inconvenient. Like, for example, if you're running late to an appointment and you're stuck in the subway, or, well, here in Korea we've got Wi-Fi in the subway. Although I'm not connected to that particular Wi-Fi, but you can make phone calls while you're in transit here, even if you're in a tunnel that's quite deep down. So it can be really inconvenient, and also when friends make last-minute plans, you might not be easily able to adapt to them because you might hear about them while they're happening. But on the flip side, not having a phone means that your friends have to think about inviting you in advance. Whenever they want to include you, they have to make the effort in advance to pre-arrange where to meet, what time, and this and that. And so that added extra effort really helps you be able to better identify who your real friends are and who are the people that are willing to put that effort in. And that are not just your friend because it's convenient and that you happen to be a person that happens to be available in this particular area, about half an hour before they fancy having some company. So I'm not a quick fix to anybody's spontaneous feelings of isolation and boredom. And that means that I use my time better. It means that I have to schedule social events in advance. And also another reason why I really like not having a phone is because it also means that for my day job as an English teacher, I'm less accessible because my boss can't really phone me randomly, to say, oh, I've got a question about this, or I've got a question of that. Rather, contact with me has to be made either when I'm on site or through email, and oftentimes it's unpredictable exactly when I am going to check my email. If it's a Monday through Friday, I will check my email several times at work, but if it's the weekend, maybe not. So it helps, just a motorbike driving by, it helps people manage their communication with me more efficiently. They can't just my colleagues and my boss can't just randomly phone me up and ask me a question just because the question occurred to them several seconds ago and they want an immediate answer. No, I'm not accessible like that because I don't have a phone. And anyway, now here comes my biggest reason for not having a phone, is that it reduces the amount of time I spend online. Now I'm currently building my brand, my Travelandtash brand, and it already entails spending a lot of time writing articles. It entails, you know, a lot of time recording YouTube videos, editing. You know, I write books. You know, I recently published Keto Brunches and How to Attract and Retain a Fulfilling Relationship. So I already spend a lot of time on my laptop. I spend a lot of time on my tablet. And not having a phone means that I don't always receive message updates. I switch off my alerts so that I don't necessarily, you know, get immediate feedback from people that demand my attention right there and then by way of a response. And anyway, you know, despite having Wi-Fi at home and, you know, accessing cafes and whatever, it means that when I'm out and about, I get a time to really switch off. I get a time to disconnect from other people, disconnect from other people's demands of my time, and I'm able to actually live more in the moment and be able to have some quiet time in my brain to myself that is inaccessible to other people. And I think that that kind of privacy is more and more scarce as we are technologically so interconnected these days. So I think sometimes it's necessary to, you know, to become something of perhaps a Neanderthal and actually just kind of disconnect a bit. And I find this especially useful when you're on vacation, when you're traveling around, and you don't want to hear about, you know, the updates of what's going on at work, or, you know, who has recently adopted a new puppy or whatever, you know. Sometimes, you know, you want to escape to the Philippines or wherever it is that you love and disconnect from, you know, your entire world that you're usually enveloped in. Anyway, those are my reasons for not having a phone, why I don't have a phone. Every time I mention it to somebody, they seem to absolutely be horribly shocked, and, you know, it's funny to see people's reactions and stuff, but those are my reasons, and there you have it. I would love to hear your opinions and thoughts below, so share some of your opinions, and I'd love to see those. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get updates from my channel, and I'll leave some links to social media in below so that you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, travelandtash, and also be able to download my books. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.